Religious Education Policy, Ethical Futures Assessment 3 presentation. What is the current policy? The current religious education policy outlines the requirements and responsibilities for matters relating to special religious education and general religious education. There are three main points outlined in the policy. These are: number one, schools are to allow for religious education of two distinct types: general religious education and special religious education. Number two, schools are to provide meaningful activities for students whose parents have withdrawn them from special religious education. Where it is reasonably practicable and requested by a parent or caregiver, this may include the option of special education in ethics. Number three, curriculum for general religious education is provided as part of the Board of Studies New South Wales syllabus. Curriculum for special religious education is developed and implemented by approved providers. What is the educational issue? The educational issue in relation to this policy is that in some cases there may be ethical dilemmas that can affect both the teacher and the students involved. This means that the policy can only support religious needs to a certain extent before it starts having effects on other students who either do not agree with beliefs or have religious beliefs of their own that may go against that of a classmate. For an example, if a child does not wish to stand for the national anthem as it is against their religion, does this child get looked down upon by his or her classmates? Or does this child feel different from his or her classmates? It is questions like these that show me that there are clearly many issues with the religious education policy that are difficult to fix. What does literature say about the policy? Religious education as a classroom subject may become confused in the public mind with denominational instruction or nurture, and that some may argue that RE should be relegated to the religious foundation school. But all children have a right to know about religion and religious interpretations of life. This quote by Copley shows that there is a lot of confusion around what people believe in regards to religious education and the effects it would have on children and the public. Allegations made by leaders of Protestant churches in Camden of the violence, domineering nature, and unpatriotic sentiment inherent in Islamic religion as reasons to reject the proposal for an Islamic school. However, when looking at this quote below, it is clear that there are some people who are against certain religions and their teachings, and therefore there is the possibility that conflict can arise between people over the fact that certain religions are being taught at schools. Because of its integral relationship with other social institutions, for example, the school, religion has played and is still playing an important role in education. Finally, this quote by Rumi confirms that even in the early 70s, it was clear to people that no matter what, religion has a major impact on education, no matter the school or the families involved. What is a better approach or new policy? We need to know what are the religious values inherent in the college and university situation, how to bring them to consciousness, how to make them functional in life. This quote by Harper shows that during a period in time, religion and nationalism was causing wars and disputes around the world. Literature was telling us that we needed to get a mutual understanding of religious values. Going back to the example of the kid who felt out of place because he couldn't sing the national anthem, a solution would be getting the teacher to inform the class about the child's religion and explain or familiarize the class with his religious values, as it will close the gap between cultures and get this mutual understanding. This would show both the class and the student that they are not different because of their religious values. They simply believe in different religions. A new approach or policy that would aid this would be more compulsory classes, like the Ethical Futures class, that provides new teachers with the ability to notice and react quickly and ethically to these minor issues in a way that will provide them and the students with the mutual understanding needed. This will allow the students to continue through school whilst learning, making friends, and understanding the world as a place where people practice different religions but are still the same and deserve equal rights and education.